Hey everyone. So today I have a returning guest. His name is Phil Sterling, and you may remember him from last year when I first started my podcast. He was one of my first guests, and we worked together at a local news, entertainment slash news station. It was a YouTube station in Huntington Beach, and Phil eventually left to go to North Carolina to be a real news reporter, which was his passion. And I'm really proud of him because he's been trying to make his way back to California because that was in North Carolina. And now he is in Texas, and the station is called News 4 San Antonio or Fox San Antonio News 4. I'm not sure of the exact title, but he'll tell us. Yeah, so I'm interested to see the differences between Texas and North Carolina and what he thinks of living in Texas, because a lot of people I know have moved to Texas. So I'm interested to hear about it. And please welcome back Phil Sterling.
Candid with Kimbra.
How you doing?
Candid with Kimbra.
Telling ya.
Candid with
I'm really excited for you to check out this interview.
Candid with Kimbra.
Did you work today?
No, I didn't work today. I was shopping for groceries.
Oh,
That was it.
you
But
mean life
besides
stuff?
that,
Life,
huh?
life stuff?
Yeah, yeah. I have Mondays and Tuesdays off. Hmm.
I thought maybe you had Monday off because it was President's Day or something, but that has nothing to do with it, right?
No, 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 no. That has nothing to do
When
with
you're a
it.
reporter, you got to work no matter what, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Especially on days when you would like it off, like disasters. Like,
Oh, right, right, right.
yeah.
So, hey, I want to welcome you back because, I was telling people before you got on that I had you on in the beginning of last year, I think, when I first started doing this. And so I'm excited to hear, your move, Mr. Phil Sterling.
Hmm. Hmm.
But no, I'm excited to hear your move because the last time you were on the podcast, you were saying how you wanted to get closer to California. So you're kind of like inching your way back, right?
I'm like inching my way back. Yeah.
Well,
Um,
Texas is pretty close. I mean, close. You were in North Carolina before, right?
Yeah, I was on the other side of the country, so making it halfway across the country to Texas, I would say is an improvement. So,
Well, a
yeah,
little warmer too, maybe. The weather's warmer or?
yeah, uh-huh. It can get pretty hot here in San Antonio.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like a 20-hour car ride from Greensboro, North Carolina, to San Antonio, Texas. So.
Just you and the cat.
No, the cat actually stayed with my mom in California. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I went to go visit her one time and she said, just let me hold on to him because we knew I was going to move.
Um,
She just held on to him. And then when she came to visit me, she brought him back. So,
um,
yeah. Yeah.
okay. I thought you had another cat when I interviewed you last time, but maybe that's the one that went back to your mom's house. It was like a little orange
No,
cat.
I only had one and he's mean. He bites me. But I love him. So he's
I love
feisty,
that little
but
brat.
I love him. Yeah. He loves to eat bananas. It's weird. He's a really weird cat. Yeah.
That's so funny. Um, okay, so let's get into this because I wanted to ask you. So, is your new job more stressful, or is it like the new station, or is it easier, or is it harder? What do you think?
No, it's harder. It's harder. It's not much harder, but it's harder. I don't have to film now. I have like a camera person filming and I do the
Ah,
writing in the stories.
moving
Uh,
up in the world, huh?
yeah, I know, right? But you still have to, the expectation on like the quality of writing is higher. And also you getting contacts and stuff like that is also higher. Also, the expectation for being live and
Hmm.
the way you present live, that's also higher. So yeah.
What do you mean how you present live? Like your on camera demeanor or things that you
Yeah.
say?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So,
Yeah, like acting more natural.
oh,
Um, acting uh acting more natural, being more clear and serious when you're talking about something serious, or being less serious when you're talking about something fun. It's yeah. And I mean, that's all stuff you learn by practicing. So,
hmm.
yeah.
So yeah, because they want, I think that's interesting you should say that because I think that too sometimes when I watch reporters here locally in Southern California, you know, I know it's their job to kind of stay neutral most of the time, but sometimes they're a little bit too neutral, for this
Like
story.
deadpan.
Yeah, they're a
Yeah,
little bit
yeah,
like,
yeah.
I don't
Exactly,
really,
yeah.
I'm just reading a thing and I don't know. Like,
Oh, we memorize that when you're out in the field.
really?
There's no teleprompter. Yeah.
Oh, that's true. Like
Yes. Huh?
that I was just thinking like when we were at Joel's place, we had, but no, you never had a teleprompter because you were out on the field when we were doing that
Yep.
thing with Joel.
Yeah, except when I was with Joel, I would do what we would call like look lives,
Mm,
which is you look like you're live before the start of your story,
hmm.
but it's pre-recorded. But here it's live, like you're live before the start of your story.
Hmm. Hmm.
So you can mess up, and that's why you need to memorize everything and just make it sound natural. And yeah.
Now, do
So
you ever forget like what happens when have you ever forgotten, even though you've memorized things, do you forget have you ever forgotten important information? Or
yeah, I mean, I think so. It happens so rarely though.
right.
What you end up doing when you like forget information is you kind of hurry. I don't want to say you hurry it up, but you kind of lead into the story more. The
Mhm.
story usually has all the important information. So if you do forget something, you just kind of, you
Wing it.
push through it. Yeah. And I've never like forgotten something important to say. So I
Good.
would push through to that and then get to the next part. And yeah. So
Not like the cat story that we did. Remember the story you and I did? That was very important information.
that was super important information. Yeah.
The
Yeah.
adopt,
Making sure we got that back
the
there.
adopt the cat back.
Yeah. Yeah.
um,
Yeah.
anyway,
Good time.
so can you like have a little, do you ever need a little cheat sheet, like, or do you not have something like right there, like written down in case you forget anything?
I do. I have my script written on my phone.
Mm-hmm.
So in case I can look at that, but I've never done that.
Mm-hmm.
I usually just go over it. Like I'll go over the script the first time and then I'll memorize key words and
Mm-hmm.
also like transitions. So, there's a fire on Culebra Street or whatever. I memorized fire, Culebra Street. I spoke with family and friends, even the animals are missing. So I would remember like fire, Culebra Street, like even and it's just like it's like key points that you remember.
Got it.
And then with practice, you learn how to you can do more and more, and you like learn how to transition more naturally.
That's true. Just practice makes perfect.
Mhm.
Now this is the other thing I wanted to ask you. Oh, do you have to edit, by the way?
No, I don't have to edit anymore. No, I know.
Because like before
That's
you were
great.
responsible for so much stuff, right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
If I have to learn how to edit, I will, but that would be a different role because I used to be an MMJ and now I'm a reporter. An MMJ means multimedia journalist, so you're doing
Oh,
everything on your own.
got it.
Um, so
And do you
yeah.
like this better? Obviously, you like this
Yeah, I like this better.
right?
Yeah.
Less
Mhm.
responsibility too, probably.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind knowing how to edit because I still know how to edit. I just haven't brushed up on it in a while,
Yeah.
so I
I'm
wouldn't mind practicing again just in case because the camera people edit, and if I ever need something, I could just edit for them.
true.
That would be cool, like a certain segment, certain part or something in the video.
That's
So,
true. That's a good
mhm.
point. Yeah, because I'm teaching one day a week at this music school, and they threw me into this pop star class where I'm supposed to record the kids too. And
Mhm.
I was like, oh, I've never done Logic before. Logic is the program, right? And they were like, "Oh, you'll be fine because you do voiceovers." I'm like, "Yeah, but usually I have somebody that does them, you know." So it was kind of like I
Yeah.
was trial by fire, you know. I was like, "Okay, I'm doing it." But luckily,
Yeah, yeah,
I don't have to edit. But I was so proud of myself that I learned how to, or I'm learning how to do Logic, you know, which is,
yeah.
you know, the recording program. But yeah, so
Yeah.
it's super important to stay, you know, up on technology, even though sometimes I don't want to, you know.
Yeah, I know. That's media though. It's just media is just improvise. Like everything, like just improvise, be quick on your feet.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't been in every field of media, but that's from, from what I understand.
Yeah,
It's
I
from
think
a lot
you're
of things
right.
that
I
I
think
hear.
you're right. And you're good that way. I mean, you have a good attitude about just like whatever they throw at you, you go
Yeah.
with it, right?
Yep.
And
Yeah.
yeah. What about Texas? What's the biggest difference between working in Texas and North Carolina? Is it more?
Dang. Well, probably the trees, which is really weird to say. North Carolina has really tall trees, and
Mhm.
Texas it has short oak trees. So
Okay.
it's the weather, it's the climate.
Mhm.
Being in San Antonio, the other biggest difference, I know trees is such a weird thing to say, but it does make a difference.
Well, yeah, you're saying the environment, the landscape is different.
Yeah.
It's probably drier, I would think, in Texas.
Yeah, it's drier, yeah.
Because
But there's still like rainstorms and stuff like that. But so the other thing is San Antonio is a way bigger city than the Triad was. Here it's like 1.5 million people. There it was 1 million people, but between like three towns, it was a triad, three,
right.
Greensboro, High Point, Winston-Salem. Here it's all in one place. So we're dealing with um a lot more like big story type stuff uh more often. Over there we would get we would get crimes every day and things, but here we would have that much more frequently.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because it's a big city. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, so you're actually in San Antonio. Now how far, I know Texas is a super big state. How far away are you from Austin?
Austin's like an hour and a half away.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Not too bad. I mean, because
No.
I've only been to Austin actually, and I really liked it a lot, you know, because
Yeah.
well, I was there for an event, but you know, I know it's considered the liberal part of Texas, right?
Yeah. Mm.
College town, you know.
It's a college town and it's like a really big tech town too. There's those Waymos driving around everywhere. There's,
Wow. That's
yeah,
trippy.
there's, huh?
I said that's trippy, you know, to see those.
Yeah,
You know.
I think there's a lot in LA now. I haven't been to LA in so long, but
Well, there's probably I haven't seen too many Waymos. I've seen a few, but I do. Is this what's the little thing that looks like R2D2 that goes around delivering food? What?
yeah, the
There's a
food
lot of
bot.
yeah. There's a
I
lot of
don't know, but I know exactly what you're talking about. I don't know what
yeah.
it's called,
I
but
see those a lot, and they're so cute. I'm always like, oh, excuse me, you know, because I'll be walking to a thing. It's like,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
and I always think I'd like a housekeeper like that, you know,
Yeah, that would be nice,
someone to
right? With
clean
the
your house.
arms or
Yeah,
something. Pick up after you.
and then
Like a
they
washing machine. Just put
yeah, you
it
can just go
inside. Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that I haven't seen too many Waymos, but I know there are for sure, you know.
Mhm.
But so what do you think about besides the landscape and the trees, the people? Are they just as friendly as North Carolina or more so or
Yeah, the people are just as friendly. Yeah, and it depends on where you go too, I guess. I mean, like I would say in my apartment complex where I live, I think it's just because everyone here is like in this complex is pretty young and stuff. People don't go, "Hey, how you doing?" all the time, but that's just because of what I said. I think everyone's young and no one stays in this complex that long. As opposed to North Carolina, people have like a conversation for 10 minutes in a gas
oh,
station about something. But there are other areas in San Antonio, like, these neighborhoods where people will talk to you and they talk to each other, they know everybody. So, no, like people are friendly. People
oh,
are just as friendly. Yeah.
so you must see like do you and this is kind of a gruesome question, so do you have to cover like murders and stuff like that or death?
Yeah, oh yeah, all the time.
Oh,
Yeah. I mean, I was at a funeral yesterday. Yeah.
oh really?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Oh my gosh. I mean, that I guess you kind of get do you get desensitized after a while? I mean, or does it still kind of freak you out?
I mean, you still feel sad for the person you still feel sad for the people that died,
Hmm.
but the danger part is
Ah,
desensitized, which is not good.
right.
Um, yeah, so that's why I'm always sure to make sure, I'm checking, looking around, making sure, because sometimes like suspects are at large.
That's true. I
Yeah, and
didn't
you're
think about
still
that.
going. Yep, it just happened,
Oh my God. The suspect is
So
at large and he's right over there. You know?
exactly, yeah, you have no idea. But usually when you go and they're at large, there's like a bunch of police there. So if
Right.
the suspect shows up, they're kind of like, okay,
That's true. They're not going to attack the reporter, you know.
yeah, I mean, you could go, he's right over there. There'd be like eight police right behind you. Good luck for that suspect if something happens. But yeah, there's been other times though where there was like no police at all, still a suspect at large.
Yikes.
Just crazy stories, crazy stuff. I mean, yeah, like last week there was a suspect at large after a truck was shot multiple times. It crashed into a concrete barrier. The people were injured, but they didn't know where the three people that shot at the truck were at. They
Right.
just had shell casings in this parking lot. They assumed that the people got into a car and drove away. There were a bunch of police. You just get out of the car. Yeah, you feel bad for everyone that's hurt, especially when you see family. That's terrible. But, you're basically just telling the story of what you know to the camera. So, yeah, you do that. There was other times when I showed up to not the greatest neighborhood where a suspect was at large. They got away. The SWAT like surrounded a little condominium and all the apartments were just, I don't know if condominium is the right word, but all the apartments were just really close together. And we showed up the next day, so it wasn't like the day of that it happened.
Right.
But he jumped out of a window somewhere, and we show up, and there's like a little bit of caution tape, but nothing else. And I get out of the car, and there's just like a guy behind a screen door, just smoking on his vape. And I'm like, do you know what's going on? Because it was right over there, and he's just like looking around like this. He never is looking at me. He's like, yeah, I know, but like I don't know if I feel comfortable like talking and stuff like
Right.
that. Yeah, and then we go over to another car and it's filled with like kid or like teenagers. And I'm just like, yeah, do you know what happened? They're like, no, we don't know. And they drove away and then we keep walking and like the residents pull out their phones and they're just like filming us trying to talk to people and everyone's uncomfortable and stuff.
Wow.
And then we finally that car pulls up back with the kids and one kid comes out and he's like, yeah, I'll do an interview. So we set up and we're doing the interview and we just hear someone screaming like literally an apartment away at somebody, we don't know who, like, so that's super awkward to be doing an interview and just be like, hey, do you feel safe? There's no police here, and there's a suspect at large. And the guy's like, no, I wish there were police here. You know what I mean? And you can hear someone yelling right next to us. So
Oh my,
yeah, it's crazy. It's
you gotta
insane.
have like nerves of steel sometimes, huh?
Yeah.
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 And
That's just what it is.
and is it still as exciting for you? I mean, do you get nervous? I mean, do you get nervous now when you report? Are you so comfortable with doing this that you don't?
No, I still get nervous, but mostly with the deadlines, right?
Mhm.
So all of this is crazy, but it's even crazier when in an hour you have to have something, right? So
Right.
yeah, yeah, no, that is the scariest to me is not making the deadline. Almost all the time I make the deadline. Uh,
Well, so when you say deadline, so okay, so there's a story. Oh, so because there's always a cutoff time that you got to turn everything in. Is that what no matter what?
yeah, so they'll send us somewhere and they're like, we have 3 hours before we go live, right? And they'll send us to an apartment like that, and it's, X amount of time we got to get the interviews, and then a certain amount of time we got to write, and then a certain amount of time we got to edit. And then it has to be sent in through online, through the computer to the station, and then we got to set up for the live shot and go live. So yes, yeah, that part is what
Stressful.
scares me. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's trying to. I mean, I know this is trite, but just try not to get stressed out because then you're going to get an ulcer or something.
Oh yeah. No, but I mean like I'm used to it. You get to the point where like my stomach doesn't hurt. Nothing really hurts. It's just you just you just do it. I don't know how to explain
Good.
it.
It's
Like,
good to be, have that. I mean, it is good to have a deadline, but I'm sure you feel great when it's done, right?
yeah. Yeah. I mean, yesterday we had a crazy day. And yeah, I woke up, I got off at like 10:30 and then for like an hour I needed to decompress. Then I went to sleep. I woke up today, I like cleaned a little. My friends bailed out on a plan and I was still tired, so I just slept. And then I went to get groceries. So yeah, it's
Um,
intense. It's insane. But I never need coffee when I need coffee in the morning, but I've noticed that when I work in the station, I need coffee to stay awake. But when you're out in the field, you get like,
Adrenaline.
you
Oh.
get adrenaline. You don't need coffee. You just don't. Like, yeah,
I was
the
just
time
thinking,
flies.
I was going to ask you something, but I just, when we change the subject, but how many days off do you have? Is it two then?
Yeah, I have 2 days off.
You
Yeah.
always have the 2 days, right?
Yeah, Monday, Tuesday. And then if they were to switch my schedule, but I've been working this for since I've been here, um, they would move the 2 days. Oh, my cat's here. They would move the 2 days. Devlin, come
Say,
here.
say hi.
Come here, Devlin. They would move
Devin?
the 2 days to another day.
Yeah, yeah.
Here he
Um,
is.
where's Devin?
Devlin.
Hey, oh, what is it?
Devlin?
Devlin, not Devin. Hi, Devin. Wow, big green eyes.
Yeah.
Um, so do you still think this is the best route for you? I mean, going to an out, I guess that's the best way to go when you're, what I'm trying to say is like, because you went to North Carolina and you eventually want to get back to like LA
California.
or Orange
I
County.
mean, I don't really know. I have like 7 months until my contract, 7, 8 till my contract is done.
Hmm.
Um, so I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'll stay. Maybe I'll go work in San Diego or LA, or maybe I'll go do something else. I'm not sure. Maybe I'll go into PR because that's just easier. I know it is.
You mean you mean get out of reporting altogether and just do
Yeah, yeah.
PR?
Or stay in reporting and go to like San Diego or LA. So I don't know yet.
I think you would really like San Diego because you would like the water because you're close to the
I
water,
know.
you know?
A lot of people like San Diego.
I know that's true.
Yeah.
Well, but it's not quite as I mean, it's competitive, but I don't. It's not as competitive as LA, though, right? As far as reporting.
No. No, San Diego. So like in news, there's different markets with certain amounts of, and it's measured by how many people have like TVs.
Right.
And San Diego's basically on the same level as San Antonio. So that would be what we call
Lateral.
a lateral move. Yeah. LA is market number two.
Really? What's no
Yeah.
New York?
What?
What's one New York?
Yes. Yeah. So that would be a big jump if I went from San
Oh.
Antonio to LA, but it's not impossible.
You'd be
Like it happens
famous.
all the time.
You'd
Yeah,
be
I
famous.
know. Yeah, that would be crazy. LA would be a monster. Like
Wow. I mean, and
I mean, because I've talked to a lot of people in the station now, and some of them have been to like Chicago or
Mhm.
huge cities, big markets, and like they'll tell me, yeah, I would do 2 stories in one day. Like we would do a story, we would go shoot the same thing, but we would
Mhm.
cover different angles. So if it's an economic story, we would cover how it impacts this one neighborhood, and then the other story would cover like housing in the city, how this affects that. Or just one we would cover like the brother of the victim and what his day was like, and the other we would cover what the school is going through because the victim was like a student, right? And we would
Sure.
you write two different stories and turn it in the same time that I have now to write one. So yeah, it's much more intense. Yeah.
Um, yeah, I think we talked about this last time, but it seems to me that these reporters that I see in LA, they never lose their job. Like, I was a teenager when I saw them, and then years later, they're still, it seems like once you get in, I mean, every once in a while you hear about somebody that leaves, but I see the same reporters for years.
I think you mean like the anchors, right?
Oh,
The
the
people sitting
anchors.
at
Yeah,
the
you're right.
desk.
You're right.
Yeah, I think the reporters cycle out. There's probably investigative reporters that are there for a longer time. Like I'm a general assignment reporter. There's different types of reporters, mostly
Right.
two, from my understanding here in our station. I think there's more in places like LA that specialize in like one thing, like traffic or something like
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Right.
But the investigative reporters, they get more than a day to do their story. I only get a day to do my stories. So
Yeah.
the I would imagine like the general assignment like myself don't stay that long. They usually move to something else.
Well,
Like
would you like to be an anchor person? Would you like to be
I don't really.
really? Why?
Uh, I don't know because it's weird to say like even though I've been through so much, I just love being out in the field. It's just so fun. I mean, everything I told you is crazy. Like it's crazy, but then you're just the whole day is gone. You're
That's
like,
true.
did I,
That's
I
true.
don't even feel like I worked. I was like,
I know what you
yeah,
mean because it's the time flies, and so you probably don't feel like bogged down to a desk or something. Maybe
no, no.
because you're
I
just
do get car sick so much though, because I
really.
like write in the car. Yeah. Because if you have a deadline and you got to go somewhere, you pull it out, you're writing in the car.
Oh my God! Don't tell me that because it's you know could be for an accident or something. I don't know.
Oh no, I'm not the one
Oh,
driving.
good.
The cameraman is. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, no,
I was gonna say,
clear that up. Yeah. Yeah, the
let's get
camera
that out
person is
there.
driving.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
not driving, folks, when he's typing on his iPad.
Yeah, no. I'm tight. Yeah. So, yeah, it's just I don't know, it's crazy. It's really fun.
So,
It's also really stressful and it grinds you down, but yeah. So,
well, I know it's true.
I
It's an
yeah.
exciting job, and it seems glamorous because a lot of people aspire to do what you're doing. Like I
Mhm.
just had dinner with a friend of mine, and she was like, she wanted to be an anchor person, not necessarily an
Yeah.
investigator. And she was saying she kind of wishes she had gone that route. So it's a little bit, and but yeah, thanks for clearing that up. I'm thinking about anchor person and the field reporter.
Yeah, like David Ono is like this
Yeah, I know
anchor
David Ono. Yeah,
In LA. Yeah,
yeah.
like he's been there forever. I've seen him, it anchors. Yeah.
Or there's a guy, I don't know if he's still on the air, but Dallas
There's also
Reigns. Do you
yeah,
remember Dallas
Dallas. I was
Reigns?
gonna say, yeah, also weathermen and women. Yeah,
Dallas Reigns. I mean, gosh, I remember I worked on the lot one time, maybe it was ABC, and I was like barely at a high school, and I worked on something, and I saw, and he was real friendly. And then years later, he's still there.
yeah.
Um, Also, I wanted to ask you, do you get any flack do people tease you for being from California? Because like
Oh,
Mr. Liberal
no.
guy, not that you're
Yeah, I
not
know,
liberal,
right?
but.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I'm pretty much in between.
Yeah.
But no, they don't. Well, so it's interesting because here in like San Antonio is a liberal city.
Oh,
They
it is.
vote
Huh.
blue. Yeah, many large cities across the country, many highly urban areas are blue.
Oh.
With exceptions like Dallas, which I believe is purple, like in between.
Mm-hmm.
Rural areas are very red.
Sure.
So yeah, I mean,
That makes sense.
yeah. I mean, do you mean in like my personal life? Because when I'm covering news, I usually am covering uh like a shooting or something. So
Oh no,
people,
you wouldn't get. I just meant in general,
yeah,
like people you work with or you run into, like, oh, you're from California. Do they, give you a hard time? Like, that-
yeah, yeah. No, I don't think so. But also because of my demeanor, like I feel like I'm not very Californian by my demeanor.
What do you mean by that? Like, what's your demeanor compared to what you think California's demeanor people are?
I feel like I'm pretty straightforward. I just like say it as it is.
That's
Um,
true. That's true. You are. I mean, from what I know of you, you're very straightforward. You don't beat around the bush, and
yeah.
you don't look like a typical surfer guy, even though you're a skateboarder or former
Yes.
skateboarder.
Yeah. So I'm more of like the skateboarder type Californian.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Um,
remember that because you.
Definitely in that way, people will be like, "Oh yeah, you're Californian that way." But skating is now like I don't know, it's just everywhere. Skate culture is everywhere. So I guess people can't even tell if I'm Californian because I've got this skate culture which is everywhere, and then I'm also straightforward, which I'm not saying people from California aren't straightforward, but it's
Well,
more of like a cowboy type like Texas thing if you ask me, just like we're gonna do it, and if we're not gonna do it, we're not gonna talk about it, you know?
get her done.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I think that Californians are, well, they're known for being kind of easygoing. So maybe that's what the thing is of not being so, like I have,
I My boss did say that about me one time, but that was because my live shot.
hmm
That wasn't because of how I act. It was because my live shot had less energy, and then I learned more how to do it. And he's like, "No, you're not like Californian anymore." So yeah,
I
yeah,
love it. Yeah, I remember I had a friend that was from New York, and he'd always say, that's why New Yorkers do well here because we just, we're a certain way, and we just do it, and we don't talk about it, we just do it,
yeah, yeah. I feel like that's also yeah. Like we have that's another thing that I would say is different. I've been in New York once, but I would say that's different from Californians and New Yorkers. Californians probably they still do it, they still get it done. There's still a lot of professionals in California, of
Sure.
course there is, but there's also like that little bit of like gossipy nature about California, which is, like glamorous type. Let's dwell on something that's cool or not cool or
Yeah,
whatever
that's
it is.
true. I
Yeah,
would,
while like in New York and Texas, it's just like, give me give me the pastrami sandwich or whatever. Or give me you know what I mean? Like, yeah.
well, it's because, um, I guess because I don't know, this is kind of a weird analogy, but I think because in California, I mean, I'm not really like this because I like to get things done. I have my little goals, but life is so easy here in a way compared to, let's say, the East Coast, where it's very, the weather dictates like and you got to get things done. But in California, okay, so, another beautiful day, we can do it
Yeah.
tomorrow. So it's not, a sense of urgency maybe is not so much there.
Yeah, but there's also a lot of that's why I didn't want to say everyone is like that in California. There's also a lot of professional people in California that are
Sure.
very we got,
We got
we
it. Yeah.
get this done right now. I mean, it's a very wealthy state, so
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, for me, I mean, I still love California and I like living here and um I think you can have the best of everything. But
yeah.
there's
Mhm.
some frustrations, like, with the fires that happened and we talked about this before, the homeless and there's a lot of bureaucracy that needs to get, cut through. So,
Oh yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
it takes a
Yep.
long time to get things done. It seems like, like things that we want to be built and stuff. It seems like it takes a long time. So, you know,
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I live in Texas. I if I was over there, I might know more,
yeah.
but
Well,
I
how long
know
have you been in
more.
Texas now?
So I've been here now for a year and like 3 to 4 months.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
And do you come back to visit your mom and dad in California when you get a
Yeah.
chance?
Yeah. And I'm planning on coming back in like the middle of March.
Oh, soon.
Hmm.
Is it your
Hmm.
vacation?
Yeah. Hmm.
How long do you get?
I mean, I get decent vacation. I get pretty good vacation. I'm only asking though for like a week and a day.
Okay.
So yeah.
That's good. Will you miss your work when you come back to California?
I mean, I don't know. I have no idea. You mean the people? Yes, some of the people at work, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll miss San Antonio. I love San Antonio.
Oh, yeah, it must be a great city
It's
because,
such a cool city.
yeah,
Crazy.
like I said, I've only been to Austin, but if it's probably like a bigger version of Austin, I would imagine.
No,
It's
no.
not?
I think San Antonio is slept on by like the country. It's insane. This city is not like the reason why is because the city's different. It's just different
You mean
from
the way
big
it's laid
cities.
out? The way it's laid out?
The way it's laid, yes, the way it's laid out, the way things are look, the culture, like it's crazy. In Austin, I don't mean to like say anything bad. There's nothing wrong with Austin. There's nothing wrong with Portland or New York or anything like that.
Right.
But those cities I would say Portland is unique in a way though. Maybe
Yeah,
not.
I like Portland. I've been to
Yeah,
Portland.
maybe not Portland so much, but like, like bigger cities. Um,
Like Seattle, maybe. Seattle.
yeah, maybe like that because a lot of their stuff, not they have their own uniqueness, but they're all just kind of like these big skyscraper glass towers, super dense areas in one place. I almost feel like I'm in a baby New York when I go to some of these places. I'm like,
Oh, that's
oh,
true.
okay, I'm in like New York, except, I'm near the Pacific or I'm in Texas, like in Austin.
Right.
They're weird in their own ways. But in San Antonio, it's like spread out, like LA. The buildings are earth tone. They're
Like
earth tone,
like
except for
Santa Fe
one.
almost. Like Santa Fe
Yeah,
kind of.
except for one building, I think, or two maybe. Like, and the reason why is because the city was like, we're a historic city. We want to match like
That's
our
true.
cathedral, the San Fernando Cathedral that's here. We
Mhm.
got the Alamo that's here. We got all these like historic, we got the missions that are here. We want to reflect that history. And they also like enunciate it too with like their cowboy bars downtown or just the really big like Latino influence in San Antonio. Like there's like a Mexican market here. I think it's the biggest in America.
Wow.
Um, it's crazy. There's like a whole week called, if not, I think multiple weeks, called Fiesta,
Huh.
where people just go to the city and they just like party and they have events and stuff. And there, of course, I'm forgetting to mention the River Walk,
Oh
which is
yeah, the River Walk. I've heard about it.
yeah, it's super cool. It's like this little historic like river, but it's in the middle of the city, surrounded by, like I said, like these earth tone buildings that are like, I'm telling you, it's so
Wow.
unique.
I forgot
Yeah.
about that. And I forgot about the Alamo. How could I forget about the Alamo?
And the Alamo is like a walking distance from the Riverwalk. So
Wow,
you'll
so
be
much
like,
history.
huh?
So much history, you know?
Yeah, it's weird. It's like, oh, hey, I'm going to downtown LA. And by the way, right next to downtown LA is, I don't know, like the Washington Monument or something. Like it's
Yeah.
the equivalent of that. That's
Yeah.
what's
That's the thing about
crazy.
LA. We don't really have any, I mean, we have little historical, like Angel's Flight, in downtown LA, which was built in the 20s, which is that little those little cars that take you up
Yeah,
a
yeah,
little track thing, right? I mean, we have
yeah.
little things, but it's such a new city, I guess, out Los
Yeah,
Angeles,
that's the thing is like it's that theme too with the rest of the city in San Antonio. Like the Riverwalk is just like this, you know, it's this southern Texas type thing. Like when you come here and then the Alamo's right there, but you're in a super dense area. You're not in a national park somewhere. Yeah. So it's very cool.
And what about the food? Is it like Tex-Mex or
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, it's Tex-Mex.
huh?
It's a lot of Tex-Mex, in a way where it's just tacos are just, I don't know, it's just like food now. There's not even
Anything else?
it's not even Mexican food. It's just food here. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
funny. Wow. So, sounds like a great city. You should do some tour work for the Board of Tourism because you really made it sound good.
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm a reporter. Like, I don't mean to be mean, but like we go through so much and on tight deadlines on everything. I sometimes, I look at other jobs and I'm like, wow, that must be easy. What do you have, 2 days to do that? Like, yeah.
Well,
So,
once you've done what you've done and you've been doing it a while now, I feel like any other job would be, sans like being a fireman or something, but like any other regular job would appear easy because there's so much stress and the deadlines,
yeah.
So
Yeah, I agree. That's why I'm not really worried. I
yeah,
mean,
like I got this.
yeah, even if I have to do a really difficult job or whatever it is, I mean, like I've not only have I gone through the stress and know how to write and even edit a little bit, and if I had to, I could edit even more. Like I've also just dealt with so many people. As a reporter, you're constantly talking to different people. You're talking to people in really rough neighborhoods. You're talking to the mayor in the same week. Like,
Right.
so it's like you just
You got
you
to deal with a
either
lot of different not classes, but levels of people, you know.
yeah. So it's just I wouldn't even be afraid to go into certain jobs because it's like, oh, I think I kind of know what these people are going to be like. think I kind of know. Yeah. So
Well, it kind of gives you this confidence that, this confidence because it's like for me, I've produced a lot of things and I don't know why it's given me a lot of confidence, but like what you're doing is another way of building your confidence because you've accomplished so many little mini things, mini stories, mini deadlines, and you can do it because,
yes.
you
Yeah.
know, you're working your way up and you might be a famous reporter in Los Angeles soon.
Maybe. You don't know.
I could say, I knew him when.
Yeah. Maybe though. Yeah.
Well, you have choices. Let's put it that way. Um, by the way, I don't know if you've been following Joel's channel. Like he's building those houses
I
in
haven't, no, I haven't followed him in a while.
yeah. I haven't
Um,
seen. He was doing some. He's a madman when it comes to these videos that he does. And he's building these little mini houses, and he does the whole thing on video. And I don't know how he
wow.
does it because I think he's only got himself. You know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised. Joel is like, he's always been his own man. He's always been a doer.
Yeah,
Like
that's true.
Joel,
That's
yeah, Joel, and he's always had a talent with like I don't know if it's media, but just like he can talk to you. Like he's very good at like, hey,
he's
let's
savvy
just
about that stuff, and he's
yeah,
also good at like coming up with things spur of the moment. Like he never gets flustered. It seems like he doesn't get tongue tied. He seems very.
yeah.
He comes up with things. He's quick witted, I guess you'd say.
He's really good at presentation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. We're
So
Joel, if you're listening, I'm gonna send this to him.
hello,
Hi,
Joel.
Joel.
What up, man? From
Yeah,
Texas.
because I wanted to know more about this little community that we haven't talked about it yet, but he has this little community where he's like selling these little homes or something. I'm not quite sure what he's doing, but he's doing
Yeah.
something with that.
Fascinating.
Yeah, I know.
I've seen him a little bit on like Instagram, but I don't know. I like I said, I was pretty busy and just,
Well, you have a
keeping up with
very,
my own life and
I know everybody says that, they've got a busy life, but you do just by nature, the job that you do is very, go, 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 you know?
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I do hope you come back to California and, don't be a stranger. I would, if I come to San Antonio, I'll let you know because I might.
Yeah, for sure.
I'll say, I
Yeah.
want that reporter to give me the tour.
Oh yeah, I can do that. I know. I mean, I don't know everything. I'm sure a local would know more than me, but if I can just name the places off the top of my head,
Right.
like where you can go. Yeah. You should,
Cool.
if you do come, you should show up during Dia de los Muertos, Day of the Dead,
And like,
or Fiesta.
is that
Yeah.
more in October then? Like the Day de
Yeah.
des,
Yeah.
Los Muertos.
Yeah.
I know
So,
it's their version of, well, yeah, the Day of the Dead, Dawn of the Dead, Day of the Dead,
Day of the Dead.
Day
Yeah.
of the
Dia is Dia's day,
right, De los
the
Muertos,
yeah, Day of the Dead.
right.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know Spanish, but I know that one. So
What was your foreign language in school? Did you have to take a foreign language?
I took German, and
Das Sprechen Sie Deutsch. German is a hard language. Did it help you though with your background because you're gosh,
sober creation.
yeah, did it help? Did your background help at all with that or no?
Yeah, because we would fly to Germany. Like from here, the flight it's usually to Germany, like Munich, because we have friends there.
Hmm.
Um, and then we would go down, drive to Croatia or Bosnia. Yeah.
Boy, I would like to see you go over there. There's so much stuff going on over there, but that's pretty scary, huh?
Yeah. I mean, Ukraine, are you talking about Ukraine?
Yeah, I mean, just
Yeah.
you know, you could do your own
That,
investigative reporting.
that would be crazy. I don't know about that. I mean, it's already crazy, like just being a reporter in a big city.
Right? Your parents would be like, "No, don't go."
Yeah, war correspondent is a
Oh, hold on.
different beast altogether.
Oh my
That's,
gosh. Yeah,
yeah.
that's a tough one. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe someday you'll get a calling to do something wild like that, but right now you're just, we need you here, Phil.
Yeah, exactly.
All right,
Yeah, I
well,
don't know if I'm ready for that, for the full
yeah,
transition.
I know that's scary. I mean, that's like tough. That's really, you got to wear your what you call it, vest thing,
Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
bulletproof vests and
Yeah.
everything,
Yeah, yeah.
helmet, and then a drone shows up and can it even see my little vest? I don't know.
That's true. That's true. Do you speak Croatian then, or what's your other language you speak?
Croatian, Serbian, they're the same language. They have different words though, and Serbs and Croatians don't really like each other because there was a civil war. So,
Right.
if you ask a Croatian what they speak, they'll tell you I speak Croatian. If you ask a Serbian, they'll say I speak Serbian. So I say Serbo-Croatian.
Well, yeah, because I think you told me last time you came from a mixed marriage, like because your
Oh
parents,
yeah,
you know,
yeah,
right? Like they
yeah, yeah.
very, very West Side Story-ish, right?
Yeah, like we lived in my parents lived in Bosnia, but they were the first generation there.
Hmm.
Or no, some of them were first generation there. But the biggest thing about the whole thing is a lot of them came to Bosnia from either Serbia or Croatia. And then when the war started, nationalism became like really big amongst everyone. So they took sides, and
Mm,
it was based on your ethnicity or your religion, which is
mm,
not good.
sure.
Whatever, it happened, right? So it happened, and yeah, like basically like religion. So if you're like Catholic, you're usually considered like Croatian. If you're Orthodox Christian like Russians, you're considered Serbian, and if you're Muslim, you're considered a Bosniak. And there was like,
So those are
yeah,
the three major religions there: the Catholicism,
yeah,
Muslim, and like this Orthodox Christian
yeah, yeah,
religion.
in Bosnia.
Interesting.
But those religions, yeah, they're in Bosnia, which is in between Serbia and Croatia. So
Hmm.
yeah.
Wow, interesting. So, and your parents, they came here, they were born over there, right?
Yeah, they were born there in Bosnia in Banja Luka. That's the name of the city. When the war started, they left. They went to Germany,
Hmm.
and then they had me there. And then there was a mixed marriage visa program that let us show up because if you're on neither side of this like war, the
Hmm.
United States was like, okay, well, you don't even have a side to go to, so you can come
Right.
back and or
Oh,
you can come here. And my dad's dad is like Orthodox Christian, like family from Serbia. My dad's mom is Catholic, family from Croatia. My mom's dad is Orthodox Christian from Serbia. Her dad or her mom is Catholic from Croatia. So it was like literally exact,
like a weird combo, but mixed.
like a clean split,
Yeah.
without, yeah. And I mean,
It's
yeah,
fascinating that, like religion, that they're so similar, but yet, these little differences make everybody like, nah, you know?
yeah, especially in places like Europe. Yeah.
I know, I know, I know. Well,
For
thank you for
thousands of years, they
battling
would
it out. Yeah,
they would kill you over something that you believe in. Yeah.
that's
Um,
true. I
they're
know.
not like they're like you have to understand that America really is in that way.
Unique.
There's people that are, of course, there's people that don't like people of certain religions, even in America, but there's like, freedom of religion. Like there's these
Sure.
freedoms.
It's in the Constitution.
Yeah, like it's literally part of us. And in other countries, like that's debatable. So, your freedom of religion is debatable and stuff.
That's
Um,
true.
I I think it's like a national or a international crime though to do stuff like that. But like on a cultural level, when you're down in the neighborhoods there, do you think they pay attention to like international law?
Right.
Not really. They're gonna
That's
like bully you out of their neighborhood or whatever, They might not kill you, but yeah.
that's
So
true. I know. It's so funny because we forget. I mean, there is a reason why so many people still come here to America, right?
yes,
Because of
yeah.
all the freedoms that we want to uphold. And, I know everybody, it's a real challenging time right now because a lot of people are very, what's the word, taken
Polarized, yeah.
polarized. Thank you, Mr. Anchor Reporter. No, I mean, they're very polarized. And, but the thing is, we still, and it's been like this before, that's what people
Yeah.
forget. It's been like this way through, generations, certain people get into power, and then we get the teams, right? So it's been this way before. So I think we can hopefully survive, you know? I'm,
Yeah, I mean, I would, I guess so. Like,
we hope.
we'll see. Yeah, we hope. But yeah, America, I feel like is just more interconnected than those play because of our foundation, like we said. And then also we're more developed than I think Yugoslavia was back then. Like in America, people move, like me, I'm in Texas, right?
Mhm.
Like, so, at the Thanksgiving dinner table, everybody comes from everywhere and is like, oh no, Texas is actually kind of cool, or California's not bad. And we still see each other as like Americans, I think, for the most part. Like everybody watches football. Like it's just, yeah.
For these
So
inalienable rights we hold true. Football.
yeah, football, exactly, right.
um,
So
yeah,
yeah, but Europe is not that way. I mean, they have like different languages, obviously.
sure.
They may all watch like soccer, but I don't know you can't, don't ask me. I mean, we left for that exact reason for war, but they've been warring with each other forever and yeah.
I mean, there's some things I do like about Europe, but I've only lived there. I lived there for short periods of time, like a month or two. There are some things I do like, but I haven't lived there for a long period of time. And I have a lot of, I mean, I feel like I'm really lucky to be born in America and to be an American citizen. I got a lot of freedom here, you know?
Yeah, like an example that I heard, this may not be true, but I'm pretty sure, I mean, I think this is like this is my opinion and something that I heard about. Um, like in Europe, right? They have uh, a culture of fashion or whatever and stuff like that, even for men, right? Wearing suits and
Sure.
wearing nice things, blah, blah, blah. While in the United States, you've got, Zuckerberg shows up, he's wearing like a hoodie. He's like the CEO, like he's wearing a hoodie or something, unbutton or whatever it is. You'll see very wealthy people just wearing like casual wear or something. But the reason why, this is what I heard, and I think it's true, is because in places like Europe, um, like economic mobility, like being able to get rich was more tied to your family than
Oh,
it
that's
was
true.
to
Definitely.
what you do, right?
That's
So
true.
it's very important that you show what family you're from,
Sure.
as opposed to in America, it's like, well, anyone can get rich and I just did it because I work hard. So it's really just me. I don't care what I wear, so
Well,
yeah.
I don't know if fashion in America is that for that reason, but what you said before, I think is definitely true that it's harder to escape your little group in Europe. Like family and name is more important than in America,
Yeah. Yeah.
because it's much more on the individual, I believe, and it's still possible. I know a lot of people would disagree with me, but it's still possible to do make yourself into whatever you want. People in my family have done it, and I know that was a while ago now because like there's a lot of challenges right now that people are um,
Yeah.
saying hold them back.
Yeah.
But it's still possible. I mean, not every person that built their empire here came from money. Sometimes
No.
they were really smart. They got lucky, but they worked hard. It was kind of like a perfect storm.
I mean, there's definitely things that can like hold you back in America. It's not completely like this, in my opinion, you come in and can just become super wealthy. There's a lot of people that have really good arguments against that. But even historically, like during World War II, like the GI Bill, all these different opportunities, that all plays a role in like people's mindset, even if it's not the case now, that's probably not true. It's still somewhat the case. It's complicated. I mean, I don't really know, but even our history plays a role in like how we see people. And I think we're more open-minded than Europeans, but that's just me.
I think
So
you're right about that. I think we're more open-minded. I do think sometimes Americans are more naive than Europeans because
yeah, in certain ways.
yeah,
Yeah.
because it's such an older culture.
Yeah.
They've you're kind of just born into this old, which has its good and bad things, but you're just more aware of things because of history, and in America, the one thing that we need to emphasize more is education, because I feel like
Yeah.
our education's kind of gone down a little bit, so,
Yeah. Yeah.
to a certain degree.
Yeah.
But that's a
So
whole other podcast.
it's so complicated. Me just saying that they're open-minded, that's way too general of a statement. But like I would say like culturally looking at, you know,
Well, they are more open-minded in the sense of, like, if you didn't come from a certain background, you kind of can work your way, if you basically, it's money is the new class, if you're,
yeah, but like Americans, in my opinion, from being in Europe and in America, like Europeans are very like, oh, like, you go to school and if you make it into the high-end gymnasium school, like the honors school or whatever, you are going to get a good job. And
sure.
if you don't make it there, you're still going to get a good job. It's just not a respectable, I mean, not a respectable, but it's like, it's more fitting with who you are. But while in America, it's like, no, you can go to community college or you can become a businessman and, your school says nothing about who you can be later.
That's true. I mean, there are some
Yeah,
schools that, you know, pretty much have a carte blanche, but even then, like if say you go to Harvard or something, but that doesn't mean you are going to, be successful. Because I know people that gone to Yale and Harvard and they didn't, I mean, I wouldn't say they're not successful, but they probably didn't get that job that they wanted. It doesn't automatically mean you're going to get this, that, or the other.
yeah,
Also, I know some people that never went to college and became very successful in their chosen profession. So it just doesn't matter. I mean, and I interviewed
yeah,
a kid 2 weeks ago that I saw, 16 years old, and he's a really great blues guitar player, and he's was on the Ellen show and all that. So I keep talking about him because he said when he was 10 years old, he saw this guy playing. His dad took him to an AC/DC concert, and he was like, that's what I want to do with the rest of my life. And
yeah,
it's so cute because he's now doing it, and he's,
yeah.
it's so, you just never know.
Yeah, and then there's other people that would say, and they have a point in a way, is, if America, it's more money centric because there's no
Definitely.
safety nets, so you don't have the freedom to do what you want to do, but
Well,
um,
well, we
it,
don't have certain safety nets. Like I feel like we should do the healthcare. Healthcare, I feel, needs a revamp, in my opinion, and because not everybody's guaranteed healthcare here.
right,
So,
yeah.
we have our problems, but it's still the greatest country in the world.
Yeah, I guess what I'm trying to say is mostly like this cultural outlook on the individual is more, there's more opportunity, I would say, when people in America look at individuals as opposed to in the way as somebody can be something, even if they can't.
I
Like, you
think
know what I mean? So,
we're
like, you'll go to
very
people, you go to the left or the right, and the left will be like, yeah, they can if they have enough education, and the right will be like, yeah, they can if they work hard enough,
yeah,
Well,
true.
in Europe, I mean, I haven't been in Europe that much, but I would imagine they would look and be like, well, if you pass the right schooling and stuff, if that's in your nature, you will be something like that. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Well, they
so
don't have
yeah,
as many examples of people. It's harder to make this. I know it's harder to make it as an outsider in Europe, where because it's changing a little bit because they have all these immigrants coming in, from that they haven't had this before, but like in the last 10, 20 years, we have a lot of immigrants coming in from countries that they colonized, right?
yeah,
But it was always harder to make it as an outsider, I think, I feel. But in America, everybody's an outsider, for the most part. So that's why we're used to like people making themselves into something.
yeah. Like my mom and dad said, if we stayed in Germany, we would probably be fine. But would I be a reporter? Probably not.
Yeah,
Because I wasn't very good at school.
that's
I
true.
wasn't very good at school. So would I get the right degree to be a reporter?
So
Probably
see,
not. Like,
Phil,
yeah.
you are the epitome of the American dream right
I
now.
don't, no, 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 no. I wouldn't say the epitome of the American dream.
Well, you're an
But
example of a good, I think you are. It's a good example of American dream. Parents, immigrants, they put you through school, and then,
yeah,
you have enough drive. You can handle it. You love what you're
yeah,
doing. right? You love what you're doing. It's not just a job to have a job.
Yeah, in ways, I do love what I'm doing. There's those days like with every job, you got to realize it's still a job, right?
Yes,
It's still a
exactly.
job. It's still going to be like days when you just don't want to be there.
You're
But
like,
yeah,
hit the alarm, hit the snooze alarm.
yeah, yeah. But there's also moments that are just incredible.
Yeah.
I mean, when the Texas flooding happened here, me and my cameraman, I think we were like the only people recording the Blackhawks bringing the kids from camp,
Wow.
you know?
Wow. That's pretty
So
trippy. Well,
yeah.
Mr. Phil, I have to let you go because I have to get to another podcast.
Yeah, no problem.
But
No problem.
anyway, thank you so much for coming on, and I really appreciate it.
Yeah, Kimbra, it was so nice to talk to you.
I know,
Super
and
nice to hear from you.
yeah, and I'm so proud of you. I said that in the little intro that you're really doing it.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. I'm glad that you're still doing this.
I know. I mean, can you believe it? Well, now I'm on this thing called the Podcast Playground, which is it's a server that not a server, it's a platform that it's audio only, and that
Mhm.
it was started by Shaquille O'Neal. So that one, there's a lot of really high profile podcasts on it. So that kind of freed me up because it's putting it on all the streaming places. I still handle my YouTube stuff, but I'm sticking with it because darn it, I'm sticking with it.
Yeah, just stay with it. Keep doing
Stay
it.
the course. I
If you
do.
like it, do it.
I do
Yeah.
like it. I started doing this with one of my girlfriends, during the pandemic, and back then nobody was doing podcasts. Well, regular folks. There was a lot of high profile ones, and now everybody's got a podcast. But I'm sticking with it, and I'm going to carve out my little niche. My little
Yeah.
niche.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
All
take
right.
care of yourself and keep me posted. We'll have you back on when you're a reporter or something in California, right?
Okay.
That's
All
my
right.
prediction.
Thank you so much. All right. Bye, Kimbra.
Bye. Talk to you later. Bye.
Candid with Kim.